Have you ever reached for a container of leftovers thinking it's just food? I'll heat it up and be fine? You're not alone. But what if I told you that this simple act, reheating the wrong kind of food, could quietly sabotage your health after age 65? That it could slowly weaken your digestion, stir up hidden inflammation, and even affect your memory and balance without you realizing it? It sounds dramatic, but the truth is, the way food behaves after being cooked, cooled, and reheated can change more than just its flavor. It can reshape your body's response to it. And this isn't theory. It's backed by research from reputable sources like the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. These studies highlight how certain reheated foods interact with the aging body, potentially influencing everything from blood sugar levels to joint health over time. So before you pop that plate in the microwave, let's uncover what's really happening on a cellular level, and more importantly, which foods you should actually be reheating to your advantage. Because here's the surprising part. Some leftovers don't just stay healthy, they become even more nourishing when you warm them up the right way. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 foods that seniors should absolutely reheat, and 3 that are best left alone. And trust me, you'll want to stick around until the very end. There's one everyday food sitting in most kitchens that seems perfectly safe, but might be causing slow, invisible damage with every second helping. Let's begin with the foods that actually improve your energy, enhance digestion, and support your memory, all by being reheated. But before we dive in, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that button and ring the bell icon so you never miss a health tip designed especially for you. If you find these insights helpful, go ahead and type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me what I can improve to better serve your health journey. 1. Reheat this oatmeal. A warm embrace for the mind and gut. In the early hours of a new day, there's something incredibly grounding about a bowl of warm oatmeal. For many seniors, mornings are not just a routine, they're a quiet declaration of resilience. And oatmeal, with its gentle texture and natural comfort, fits that moment like a favorite blanket. But what most people don't know is that reheating oatmeal can actually unlock additional health benefits, particularly for the aging body. Here's why. When oats are cooked and then cooled, a subtle transformation takes place. The starches within the oats begin to reorganize into a structure known as resistant starch. This type of carbohydrate is special. It resists digestion in the small intestine. So when you reheat that bowl of oatmeal, these resistant starches stay intact, making their way to the large intestine where they become a powerful fuel source for your gut's good bacteria. Think of it as compost for your digestive system, nourishing the flora that help regulate your immune system, stabilize blood sugar, and lower inflammation throughout the body. And for anyone over 65, these benefits are more than welcome. They're essential. Digestion naturally slows with age. Blood sugar becomes more unpredictable. But a bowl of reheated oatmeal offers a low glycemic steady source of energy that supports consistent focus and balanced mood without the roller coaster spikes and crashes. But that's not all. Oatmeal is rich in beta-glucan, a soluble fiber proven to lower LDL, the bad cholesterol. For seniors watching their heart health, this isn't just helpful, it's potentially life-extending. Now imagine pairing that reheated oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon to stabilize blood sugar, further a handful of walnuts for omega-3s, or a few blueberries bursting with antioxidants. Each ingredient becomes a building block, not just for your breakfast, but for your body's defense system against cellular aging. And beyond the science, there's emotional nourishment here too. The ritual of preparing and enjoying something warm and familiar each morning can soothe anxiety, combat loneliness, and anchor the start of your day in calm and intention. It's not just food, it's self-respect in a bowl. But while oatmeal works like a warm internal hug, not all foods offer such kindness when reheated. In fact, some can silently wear down your body, hurting joints, irritating nerves, and draining vitality without warning. So what's the next dish you should be reheating? It's one that not only comforts, but quietly repairs the body from within. 2. Reheat this vegetable soup. Gentle medicine for your joints. Immunity and soul picture. This late afternoon sunlight slipping through the window, the house quiet, and your body just starting to feel the weight of the day. It's in these moments that a bowl of warm vegetable soup doesn't just feed at heels. For older adults, reheated vegetable soup can be far more than a convenient meal. Done right, it becomes a rich source of restorative nutrients that actually improve over time. Here's the secret: when vegetables like carrots, celery, onions, leafy greens, and sweet potatoes are slowly simmered and allowed to rest overnight, their cell walls soften, releasing vital minerals and plant compounds that weren't fully available the first time they were cooked. Reheating them the next day turns that broth into a powerful elixir, one brimming with antioxidants, phytonutrients, and hydration. These compounds work together to fight inflammation, support immune function, and lubricate aging joints. Essential actions for anyone dealing with arthritis, frequent colds, or fatigue. And the warmth itself is therapeutic. It boosts circulation, relaxes muscles, and can even gently dilate blood vessels, helping ease stiffness and cold extremities, common complaints in senior years. Vegetable soup is also one of the few meals that's both easy to digest and deeply satisfying. For those with reduced appetite or difficulty chewing, it's a gentle solution that nourishes without effort. And because it's typically low in fat and rich in water content, it also helps with hydration, something many older adults unknowingly lack. But let's not overlook the emotional side. A bowl of soup isn't just a blend of ingredients, it's memories. It's your mother's kitchen, it's winter evenings by the fire. It's the simple act of caring for yourself in a world that often rushes by too fast. And when you add in healing herbs like garlic for immunity, turmeric for inflammation, or parsley for detoxification, your soup becomes not just comforting, but medicinal. So, next time you see a leftover pot in the fridge, don't hesitate. Reheat it with intention. Let it be part of your daily self-care. A reminder that healing doesn't always require pills. Sometimes it just needs a ladle. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll continue with the next section: 3 foods seniors should never reheat, and why one of them might already be in your fridge. Sometimes nourishment doesn't come in loud flavors or flashy colors. It arrives in the quiet comfort of soft, warm vegetables, prepared without heavy fats or harsh spices, offering the kind of care your aging body truly understands. But here's a question we often forget to ask. What if that humble side of rice next to your soup bowl is doing far more than just filling space? What if, when prepared the right way, it's quietly building your bones and protecting your heart? Let's talk about one such underestimated staple, one that too many seniors overlook. But when reheated with care, it can become a steady companion in your journey towards strength, balance, and longevity. 3. Brown rice, a quiet foundation for strength, heart health, and longevity. There's something profoundly grounding about simple food, the kind that doesn't clamor for attention, but offers quiet consistency. Brown rice is that kind of food. It doesn't boast vivid colors or bold flavors. Instead, it sits humbly beside your curry or soup, often unnoticed, even forgotten. Yet for older adults, this grain holds the quiet power to nourish, stabilize, and support every heartbeat, every movement, every moment of independence. Unlike white rice, brown rice retains its bran and germ, the nutrient-rich outer layers that house essential fiber, magnesium, selenium, and B vitamins. These are not just nutritional buzzwords, they are the bricks and mortar your aging body needs to stay resilient. Here's where it gets even more interesting. When you cook brown rice, allow it to cool, and then reheat it, preferably by gently steaming or warming with a bit of water. Something remarkable happens. It begins to develop what's called resistant starch. Much like oatmeal, this kind of starch becomes easier on your digestion and helps release energy at a steady pace. This slow release supports your body's rhythm without causing blood sugar spikes or overtaxing the pancreas, a crucial benefit for those managing type 2 diabetes, heart concerns, or sluggish digestion. Imagine starting your day with a reheated bowl of brown rice. No crashes, no sudden fatigue, just a steady stream of energy that allows you to move through your morning without that midday slump that can steal your joy. But it's not just about energy. Brown rice plays a key role in gut health. As it moves through your system, it nourishes beneficial gut bacteria, the kind that help regulate mood, support immunity, and reduce chronic inflammation, which tends to rise naturally with age. Magnesium, often lacking in older adults, is another quiet hero found abundantly in brown rice. It supports nerve function, stabilizes blood pressure, and relaxes muscles, especially at night when leg cramps or restless sleep can become frustratingly frequent. A warm, simple bowl of reheated rice before bedtime might be the very thing your body has been craving. And then, of course, there's the emotional comfort rice brings. Its scent is familiar, its texture reassuring. There's something almost ceremonial about warming up leftover rice, not just for convenience, but as a gentle reminder to your body. You are still strong, you are still growing, you are still worthy of care. Better yet, brown rice fits seamlessly into the senior kitchen. Pair it with soft vegetables, lentils, or a touch of olive oil, and you've got a meal that's easy to chew, easy to digest, and deeply satisfying. For those who find complex meal prep exhausting, this simple dish becomes a reliable anchor, a symbol of healthy aging and self-respect. But while brown rice builds us up slowly and lovingly, not every reheated food offers such silent strength. In fact, some dishes, especially those we trust and love, may turn against us when reheated. What if the next plate you pop into the microwave is silently harming your heart? Your nerves, even your memory, what you're about to learn may shift the way you view your refrigerator leftovers and potentially protect you from the slow erosion of your well-being. 3 foods seniors should never reheat. 1. Cooked mushrooms, the hidden danger beneath the surface. There's something earthy and deeply human about mushrooms, a food that connects us to nature, to the forest floor, to something old and grounding. Many seniors see mushrooms as a healthy choice, low in fat, rich in antioxidants, and soft enough to be gentle on aging digestion. But beneath that soft, nourishing surface lies a lesser-known truth, one that becomes more significant with age. When freshly cooked mushrooms are packed with beneficial proteins and amino acids, these compounds are fragile and change structure when heated, initially making them easier to digest. But if those mushrooms are cooled and reheated a second time, their proteins can become denatured once more, transforming into forms that are harder for the body to break down. For younger adults, this may not cause much trouble, but for older bodies with slower enzymes and more sensitive digestive tracts, it can lead to bloating, discomfort, and nausea. Still, the deeper risk isn't always felt right away. Improperly stored mushrooms, especially those sautéed in butter or oil and left at room temperature, can become breeding grounds for dangerous bacteria like Clostridium botulinum or Listeria monocytogenes. These organisms don't always announce themselves with dramatic symptoms. Sometimes they quietly disrupt digestion, weaken immunity, or subtly impact the nervous system. A threat that accumulates over time, often without warning. The cost of this seemingly innocent habit may not be immediate pain or illness. It may appear as persistent fatigue, as subtle but chronic indigestion, as an immune system that begins to falter right when you need every ounce of strength you can preserve. Worse still, reheating mushrooms strips them of many of their benefits. The antioxidants that once shielded your cells from inflammation and oxidative stress break down, leaving you with food that may taste familiar but no longer serves your health. Yes, reheating mushrooms might feel like a small act of convenience, but for seniors focused on protecting their vitality, memory, and mobility, it's a habit best left behind. Let mushrooms be a gift you enjoy fresh at their flavorful peak, not a leftover forgotten on the stove or hastily reheated in the microwave. But what about another beloved staple in the kitchen, one that's crisp, colorful, and seemingly innocent? Could it be that one of your most trusted vegetables is quietly stirring up inflammation in your joints, weakening the very steps that carry you through the day? The answer may surprise you. If you're still watching and finding these insights helpful, comment number 1 below it lets me know you're with me on this journey. Now let's continue. 2. Eggs, the silent shift from nourishment to harm. We've just uncovered the hidden costs of reheating eggs, a food once cherished for its simplicity and nourishment. But the truth is, eggs aren't the only comfort food that turns on us when warmed a second time. There's another classic staple that carries an even heavier toll, one that quietly affects energy, heart function, and even mobility in older adults. Let's take a closer look. White potatoes. For many seniors, white potatoes hold a warm place in the heart. They remind us of family dinners, Sunday lunches, holiday gatherings, times when mashed potatoes were passed around the table with love and laughter. Their creamy texture and golden warmth bring comfort, nostalgia, and familiarity. But hidden beneath that soft, familiar surface is a danger that few recognize, especially when these potatoes are reheated. Freshly cooked white potatoes already have a high glycemic index. This means they break down rapidly into sugar once inside the body, causing sudden and intense spikes in blood glucose levels. That's already a concern for anyone monitoring their blood sugar. But when these potatoes are cooked cooled and then reheated, especially with ingredients like butter oil or cream, their structure changes in a way that poses a deeper risk. The once simple starches reorganize. Instead of fueling the body gently, they now act as a metabolic disruptor. This change can worsen insulin resistance, a condition already common with age, and provoke subtle inflammation in the bloodstream. These inflammatory responses can damage blood vessels, irritate nerves, and even impair brain function. But why is this so much more dangerous for older adults? Because with age, the body naturally becomes less responsive to sugar imbalances. The once flexible systems that regulated blood sugar circulation and nerve signals now respond more slowly, more delicately. A reheated plate of potatoes may seem harmless, but its effects can be felt in the hours and days that follow, especially in seniors. You may feel unusually tired after lunch, wondering why your body feels heavier, or notice a sense of numbness in the legs and feet that lingers. Maybe your knees feel stiffer than usual. The culprit might not be age, it might be what's sitting quietly on your plate. Over time, these seemingly minor effects add up. Post-meal fatigue, joint inflammation, reduced circulation, slower healing after illness. All these can be quietly linked to something as simple as reheated potatoes. And there's another layer to the risk. Many seniors reheat potato-based leftovers in plastic containers, unaware that high temperatures, especially in a microwave, can release harmful chemicals like bisphenol A (BPA) into the food. These chemicals have been linked to hormone disruption, cardiovascular stress, and even reduced cognitive resilience. So now what began as a simple plate of mashed potatoes becomes something far more complex, a dish that offers emotional comfort but threatens physical vitality. What's worse, white potatoes offer little in return. Unlike sweet potatoes, which contain antioxidants, fiber, and beneficial phytonutrients, white potatoes bring comfort but almost no defense. They fill the stomach, yes, but do not fortify the body. They soothe the senses, but may quietly strain the systems seniors most need to protect. And here's the heart of the matter: as we age, the line between emotional tradition and nutritional wisdom must be drawn more clearly. Warmth and nostalgia are beautiful things, but we must not let them compromise our health. If you love potatoes, consider new habits. Eat them fresh, baked, or boiled without the heavy creams or oils. And most importantly, avoid reheating them. Let white potatoes be part of your memories, not a daily ritual that chips away at your strength. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. Not everything in your fridge deserves a second chance. This growing awareness isn't about fear, it's about freedom. Freedom from bloating, fatigue, inflammation, and the slow erosion of energy that too often passes unnoticed. Every small choice, even one as ordinary as how we handle leftovers, can either support our well-being or quietly undermine it. So the next time you look into your refrigerator, pause. Reflect. Ask yourself, is this food going to help me feel stronger or slower? Is it nourishing me or simply comforting me? Choose wisely. Because every bite is a step toward something, toward decline or toward vitality.